Hey there, YouTube Land, and I just watched my first actual official Halloween month horror movie, and I went with, well, because you just read the thing before you clicked on it, the classic Jim Wynorski Chopping Mall by done from Roger Corman's company Concord Video. Anyway, this is the poster for the movie Chopping Mall, and it is would make you kind of think it's something kind of different. Chopping Mall is actually a really like kind of cool, little, clever, fun short film. It runs only about 77 minutes long, and it has an incredibly diverse cult movie cast. Of course, we got Dick Miller in this one here with a small role. We have Paul Bartel and Mary Warnov show up in this here, for, Eating Raoul, among many other things. If you're a B movie fan or like a fan of this they're both just amazing with this type of stuff. Uh, we have John Terlesky in this, and Tony O'Dell is one of the stars. Actually, Tony O'Dell was famous mostly for back in the mid '80s. He started in a show called Head of the Class. He was one of the many stars. It was kind of like an ensemble class of like all these a show of all these students that were like really uber smart. And Howard Hessman from WKRP comes in to be their teacher, and he's kind of like non-traditional. Anyway, it's a really good show. So he actually acts in this one here, and we got Barbara Crampton looking stunning. Uh, there's oh, here, let's just find out. See if I don't want to miss out on anybody because this was a really good cast. Kelly Maroney was the main star of it as Allison Parks. We have Russell Todd, of course, from Friday 13th Part 2. And, of course, if you're a soap opera fan, he was Jamie Frame on Another World. Probably the only guy that knows that. Nick Segal and Susie Slater showing off ample Susie Slaterness. Looking stunning. And giving, like, well, this is what type of the different aspects that's in this movie. Remember, it only runs at 77 minutes. And, of course, yes, Jared Graham. Who forget Jared Graham, who played Beef in Phantom of the Paradise, among many other things. Jared Graham's a fantastic character actor, and he's really good with humor. He's got like a small part in this one here, but it's a good part. It's a decent part, and I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that really stands out here in this one. Of course, we have Jim Wynorski, who plays the he's the voice of the robots, and Dr. Carrington, who is called Lawrence Guy, but you may know him better as Angus Scrimm from the Tall Man from the Phantasm movies. So yeah, this has quite a cast, and it's a really fun little film. It doesn't have time to get boring at 77 minutes. Basically, we've got a bunch of these high-tech robots. This was done, what, 86? Yeah, 86. And 10 days before my birthday, actually, March 21st. And there's these teens. There's like 8 of them that are basically going to be they're having the party at the mall at night once it closes down. And around the same time, there's these experimental security robots are put into the mall. Now, lightning strikes a whole lot. There's a lot of lightning shown in this film, and it hits them and it affects the robots, and it turns them into killer robots. We see them kill one of the people that is kind of like, I guess, the guards, the computer programmers, whatever, at the beginning. And we do get a couple really cool deaths in here. We get a scanner scene like that, where a girl gets hit with a laser in the head, and her head like literally explodes. There's for the male portion of the audience, there are some very cute girls in this that like Barbara Crampton and Slater that actually do show off their ample assets. There are breasts in this film, and for the girls out there are some cute guys. I guess John Terlesky was a very good-looking guy. Brendan, and it was this was known for. He went on to become a director, but I really thought he was going to do more in front of the camera, but his passion led him elsewhere. The movie itself is it's really fun, and it's pretty basic. They're having a party at the mall. The robots have gone haywire, and more quickly than slowly, uh, the robots are off, which slowly start coming after them. There's not a lot to say. I mean, the effects are pretty good for the day. Is it cheesy? Hell yeah. The cast, however, as you can tell from like it's a pretty seasoned cast for this type of film, and they have a good chemistry together. But these actors had done a lot of this stuff, so it made it pretty easy. Jim Wynorski was back when he was still doing good stuff. If you look at Jim Wynorski's stuff now, I see a lot of softcore, kind of rush stuff. There's even a documentary about Jim Wynorski called Papadopoulos, I think it's called, where he basically shoots a movie in 3 days. Uh, yeah, but Jim Wynorski back in the day, he could put off a solid B picture, and this is one of his really quality solid B pictures. We got a decent, for what it is. The budget's, I'm guessing is pretty low, but they do a lot. They stretch this budget a nice ways. We got some nice deaths, nice nude scenes. We get a story that moves along fast. It's pretty much like a chase in the mall type of movie. The mall is well used. There's some kind of like little in jokes and stuff put throughout the film that you just got to watch it and see. But I picked it up here on this horror collection. That actually my dad gave this one to me because he had 2 copies of it. But it has a lot of great stuff. And this horror collection has 8 movies that are really worth reviewing. And over the Halloween month, I think I will probably be reviewing all of these. But I wanted to start it with Chopping Mall because Chopping Mall is a one that rings true and home to me. It was actually one of the movies that at the time, back in the day, wanted to get the rights to. I was looking to get the rights to it. I wanted the rights to a film. This is before the whole DVD stuff. VHS was a big thing. And I wanted to own a film that from I guess my childhood, my youth, and Chopping Mall was one of the ones that I watched a lot. I'd actually watched Chopping Mall, and there was another one, Eric's Revenge, Phantom of the Mall, and I used to usually rent them around the same time and double feature them because they're both mall movies. They both had for the time they had some surprisingly good actors in them, and they both had cute girls. Eric's Revenge was a little bit more seriously than Chopping Mall. Chopping Mall's not a comedy, but it does have its tongue-in-cheek moments. It knows how to play it. The actors just are spot on for what they have to do. Is it a masterpiece? No, but will you be bored? Not at all. You will enjoy the 77 minutes of Chopping Mall. Just know what you're getting into for when you watch it. It's some cheesy-looking robots chasing some very attractive teenagers through a mall with a lot of gunfire and explosions and action scenes and lasers and heads blowing up and people that you actually like and you don't want to see get killed. And that's a good measure for the film, is that you like the characters, and there's characters that will die in this movie that you probably don't want to see get killed. And the characters that live are not going to surprise you at all. But you know what? That's sometimes a good thing. Is this a gourmet horror film? No, it's more like a nice bag of chips horror film. It may not be it may be a guilty pleasure, not really guilty pleasure. This is actually a decent movie. Yeah, no, as a B movies go, this is one of the more solid B movies. Solid cast, solid direction. For low budget, I mean, the effects are actually pretty damn good. At 77 minutes, it clocks in as a pretty fast-moving film. You won't have a second to get bored. Or I started watching this one and I didn't even get up to get my usual snack, like I usually do. Getting a little tired now though because it's late, but Chopping Mall, guys. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Its original title was Killbots, but I kind of like Chopping Mall better, even though it is about killer robots after all. What do you think? And have you seen Chopping Mall? I'd like to know, and let me know what you thought of it. And are you doing the 31 days of Halloween? Obviously, I started early. I'm already 2 weeks in, and I'm starting the 31 days now. I did the half month eve, I guess you could say, of Halloween month to kind of like get a like start it off. And I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying getting into like watching the horror movies and reading. I've been watching horror films, horror TV shows, reading horror comic books, uh, just playing some horror games and stuff on my iPad that I like. How are you guys celebrating Halloween month? For me, it's all horror all month long. I usually have to wait till my better half's gone to bed though because she's not a big fan. Well, she did stay up to watch about 20 minutes of Chopping Mall, and it was only tiredness that got her going to bed. This is kind of the one that, you know, like, if you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend that maybe he's not so much into the horror, just like the blood or the hardcore stuff, Chopping Mall's not a bad one to show them. It's pretty cheesy, and if they like science fiction at all, you can pretty much pass it off as that. So, thanks for watching. For me right now, it is time for tea, and I'm contemplating watching Class of 1999 or Ghoulies 3. Decisions, decisions, decision. Tea time. Have a great night, guys.